Hello, Beth with Pearl Treasure Designs here. Welcome to Thrift Flip Road Trip Collaboration with our hosts, UnicornDustDesigns and Crafting Cousins. It's here every second Thursday of every other month. So let's get started with our DIY number 1. Today's project is not restoring, but probably a redo, makeover for this barn, 2-piece barn index card holder set or recipe box. So cute, but the glue didn't fit. And I needed to absolutely take the roof off, sand it down, take all the hot glue, added the edging with spackle and glue and reinforce the roof. Okay. And now it's time to get this makeover started. So I had to do about 4 coats of the white chalk paint to cover everything. And I wanted it white, so I really didn't want any bleed through from that red. So all the edges along the base and the individual pieces were painted white inside and out. And you can see some of the streaking there. That's why I had to do a lot of extra coats. Normally I can get away with 2, but this needed 4. And the paint was probably very old, and with the chalk paint on top, it just started to bleed. So inside and out, making a nice smooth texture, no bleed through. The hinges were very, very old, and I was not able to get the screws out of that without ruining the wood. So in they stayed. And here I'm just doing some touch-ups inside, making sure I don't have any drip marks or any old paint showing through, as you can see. So I'm going to let that play on for you. Now you've seen me add the decoupage, and now I'm adding some final touches. I am crackling these decorative pieces to go on the edges, and I will also crackle the front edge piece of the recipe boxes themselves. So this is just the first step, coloring it, painting it with black chalk paint. And then I'll follow that up with a 1-step crackle by FolkArt, and then the white on top of that to enhance that crackle. And this one will be a fine crackle because they are smaller pieces, and I will not make that a super thick layer of the crackle that I do put on this project. And we'll get to see that in just a second. So here I'm adding the white paint that's already been, I've already added the crackle to these paint pieces, and the trick is not to go over it more than twice, otherwise it starts to lift. Here I am adding those embellishments that have now dried, the crackle pieces for the corners, and I am hot gluing these in place just as an added touch to match the base. And you'll get to see most of this at the final reveal. Welcome to DIY number 2. I did go ahead and pre-paint the 2 projects that I had left for this challenge. So I am giving them the white chalk paint coating so that we have a clean surface to work on after I'd prepped it with wiping it down with baby wipes and any cleaner that I might have needed to make sure that the surface was nice and clean. So here I am getting ready to decoupage the small pitcher, and with this design that I found with the napkin. It's a beautiful, I guess, French vintage design, and I love the colors in it. It was exactly what I wanted for this piece. And I'll cut out one of the blue flowers and put it on the top for a little more color. And I did not add it on the bottom. I didn't want it to be too chunky on the bottom, but just a single layer. And I really loved how this came out. And you'll get to see this final piece at the final reveal. Finishing up here as we go into our Thrift Flip Road Trip Open Challenge, hosted by UnicornDustDesigns and Crafting Cousins. Again, join the new day on the second Thursday of every other month. Please go to their channels. The description has the link in my description boxes. And each of these wonderful designers has amazing videos. So please like, share, and subscribe to their channels if you don't already. We could all learn some new techniques, and they're wonderful creative people. DIY number 3. We are looking at a small creamer, steel plated or I guess silver plated. And I decided to do a wax with this after I have coated it with the white chalk paint. I kind of wanted a vintage look without necessarily calling it farmhouse or what have you. So I'm just finishing up with this coat. And I did end up doing this one about 3 coats because of the silver would show through the white, so I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. And I'm just giving it its final touches before I let it dry, and I'll let this play out so you can see the process. So here we're getting ready to start the wax process, and I am really getting the wax on there and rubbing it off so that I'm leaving more color down into the cracks of the creamer itself. So you get to see the beautiful design that is on this particular piece. And right down to the bottom stem, holding the creamer, and I will do the inside. Didn't quite like how that was looking, so I want to make it all one color. And I really love this piece. It came out super good. And you'll get to see these at the final reveal. Thanks for watching Pearl Treasure Designs. For spiritual support, please go to Pastor Beth Kelly at Beth Kelly Podcast on YouTube or pastorbethkelly@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're all in this together.